Here is the new Honda Prelude. It's been 25 years since Honda has used the Prelude name, and bringing back an old, much loved name is apparently quite a difficult task. Ford, how did you get it so wrong? But luckily here, Honda seem to have gotten it right. This Prelude looks great. It's very sleek, it's very modern, and I think that this car looks especially good from the back. At the back of the Prelude, we've got a big full-size rear light, which looks kind of like a Porsche. We've got a nice rear bumper, no fake exhaust tips, which is always nice to see. Coming round the side, we've got a big sloping rear end here for the coupe design, which looks great. 19-inch alloy wheels. Continuing on with a sleek design, flush door handles, nice big skirt. We've got functional vents on the side of the car as well. Moving around the front, it's certainly better looking from the back in my opinion, but I also think that the front's very good looking. Still very sleek, very modern, very nice. I really think that Honda have done well with the design of this car. Let me show you around the interior of the Prelude. Now there's something pretty cool in the interior of this car, which I'll show you in a minute. So up here we've got digital display for the speedo, physical buttons for the climate control. That's nice to see. We've got drive selects down here, Sport Plus and Drive mode, which I'll also show you later. Prelude stitched into the dash. Nice blue and white stitching. These are manually adjustable leather heated seats with Prelude also on the headrest. Now what is cool in here is this wee strap on the seat, because on the back, if we take it off, there's a date. That is the date the first Prelude was ever made. Now what's important to remember about this Honda is it's not a sports car, it's a coupe. It's a Grand Touring fuel efficient hybrid. Now under the bonnet of this is a 2-litre inline-4 engine from a Civic, but it's paired up with electric motors to make it a hybrid, and combined that makes 200 horsepower. It weighs just under 1.5 tonnes, and Honda claims an 0 to 60 time of 6.6 seconds, so it's not fast, but it does have a lot of sporty bits on it, like big front brakes with 4-pot calipers, Type R derived suspension. So where do you really place a car like this? Is it a sports car? No, it's just sort of its own thing, a coupe, a Grand Tourer. And I really like that about it, because I feel like Honda didn't need to make this, they didn't need to bring the Prelude back, but I like it simply because they've done it. Because I've seen online this car has gotten quite a lot of bad press. A lot of people don't like it. Oh, it's a hybrid, it's only 200 horsepower, it's front wheel drive, you know, that sort of thing, but I think they're getting it wrong. It's not a sports car, it's just a nice efficient coupe. And the strangeness of this car doesn't stop there, because it's got a CVT gearbox, and if you know anything about a CVT gearbox, it's not exactly the best gearbox, shall we say, but Honda have realised this, and what they've done, if I push the sport button here and then select drive mode sport, I can use these flappy paddles, and what happens is we've got simulated gear shifts. I'll try it out and see how it feels. That's first. So what's happening now is this car is acting as though it's got an 8-speed dual clutch gearbox. You don't have to use that, you can just run it in normal mode and it'll cycle in and out of full EV mode. Give it a wee bit of acceleration out of here. No wheel spin, surprisingly, because the roads are wet. It's certainly not a fast car, but it's got enough oomph to enjoy it on twisty roads like this. I also like the way that this car handles. It's not sporty and aggressive, but it's still sharp, it's still direct. The brakes are fantastic. Them 4-pot calipers and big brakes at the front are brilliant. They give you a lot of confidence. I really think I like this car so much just simply because Honda have made it. They've brought the Prelude name back. They've given us a car that doesn't really make much sense, but in a lot of ways it really does make sense. For example, because it's not a fully blown sports car and because it's a hybrid, across my drive today I've averaged 49.3 to the gallon. Now, who is this car for? That's the bit I'm not getting here, because if you went to buy a sports car, I wouldn't be looking at one of these. It's sporty enough to enjoy, but it's not a sports car. It's automatic, simulated gear shifts, no. So where's the market for this car? What kind of people are going to be buying it? Because I think it's brilliant to have a lovely coupe design like this, a bit of sportiness here and there, and 50 miles to the gallon. See, look at that, it's a, what's that, a Citroen C3 Aircross. In a world of Citroen C3 Aircrosses, go and buy a Honda Prelude like this. You don't need one of them. This is for people that want to be a bit different. This is for people that don't want a boring, dull car. Whoa, a bit of action for the back end there. One thing I find a bit odd about this car, and I think this is maybe just me, but you can let me know in the comments if you agree and you kind of get what I'm saying. I really like this because it's a Honda. Like, I'm okay with the fact that it's a CVT hybrid because it's a Honda. I feel like Honda are always just doing something a bit futuristic-y and doing it well that other cars either can't do, aren't doing as well, kind of thing. That maybe makes no sense to anyone else, but it makes sense in my head. So thanks to Alan at Ewens of Cornhill for allowing me to film this video with the Prelude, and thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.